United States officials have revealed criminal charges against Russian influencers on social media, claiming that the country is increasingly using American celebrities to subtly sway voters ahead of the 2024 presidential race. In a briefing on Friday, a senior intelligence officer stated, "What we see them doing is relying on witting and unwitting Americans to seed, promote, and add credibility to narratives that serve these foreign actors' interest. These foreign nations usually calculate that Americans are more likely to accept the opinions of other Americans. According to American security officials, Russia favors this method this cycle to give the appearance of authenticity to its psychological operations abroad. According to analysts, these operations generally aim to provoke resentment in Americans, draw attention to social divisions, and highlight party talking points, while casting doubt on the efficacy of the U.S. government and its place in international security." During a July briefing with reporters on election security, another senior U.S. intelligence official stated, "We're focusing on these tactics because the American public should know that content that they read online, especially on social media, could be foreign propaganda, even if it appears to be coming from fellow Americans." To put it succinctly, foreign influence actors are becoming more adept at using Americans to conceal their hand. TNED, the Russian media organization Russia Today, or RT, has two former workers who are accused of secretly supporting an American political media company. The Justice Department announced criminal charges against them on Wednesday. According to the indictment, two media firm owners, Lauren Chen and Liam Donovan, received around $10 million from the Russian government. These owners allegedly hired American conservative influencers to produce videos and social media posts. Priorities of the effort were met by some of the commentators who had disseminated anti-Ukrainian content at various points in time. An inquiry for comments was not answered by Chen or Donovan, although the accused media outlet is not identified in the indictment. Reuters discovered that it is Tenet Media, a Tennessee-based company that bills itself as the home of fearless voices. Requests for comment from Tenet were not answered. It has historically hired a number of well-known social media personalities, such as podcaster Tim Pool and former journalist Benny Johnson. Although the commentators Chen and Donovan paid didn't seem to know they were being paid by Russian operatives. The indictment states that they were aware of the scheme. Tenet oversees a number of social media accounts, including a YouTube channel, where it posts contributors' videos and audio files. Court documents reveal that the creators of Tenet gave an anonymous commentator online instructions to mislead their audience into believing that ISIS was not the perpetrator of a deadly terrorist attack in Moscow in April, but rather Ukraine. Late on Wednesday, Poole and Johnson acknowledged Tenet's indictment in remarks they made. Poole claimed that I, along with the other celebrities and commentators, were deceived and are victims, and that never at any point did anyone other than me have full editorial control of the show. In a similar vein, Johnson expressed his dismay in a statement, saying, "I am deeply troubled by the allegations in today's indictment, which clearly demonstrate that I and other influencers were victims in this purported scheme. The plan, according to experts, follows a past pattern." René DiResta, a digital disinformation specialist, stated, "Paying journalists or front media outlets was a very established process for laundering propaganda during the Cold War, for example. This is sort of a digital update to that. It's interesting that they use influencers instead of journalists. It shows that they understand who the important voices in the community are." Doppelganger, the Justice Department, also revealed details of another Russian operation, called Doppelganger, in a related but different complaint on Wednesday. Doppelganger disseminated misleading material about U.S. political candidates and the conflict in Ukraine by posing as legitimate Western news organizations. This initiative was purportedly coordinated by the Russian government via a consortium of Russian marketing firms called ANO Dialogue, Structure and National Technology, and Social Design Agency. Prosecutors included internal presentations outlining the strategy and instruments used by the Russian marketing agencies as evidence in their court filings. The records state that locating sympathetic Western influencers and figuring out how to work with them was a crucial component of the mission.